Now to the floor exercise. This is Toi Garcia from the Docksiders Gymnastics Club out of North Carolina. 2006 North Carolina State Sweetheart Invitational, where she finished first all around.
Opening up with a difficult combination of front double twist, punch front. A lot of timing involved with that skill. Coming back with a nice high double pike. Almost has a little too much power there.
How long is the floor exercise? What's the time limit here, Shannon?
They have a minute and a half.
Minute and a half.
Yes, and there is a deduction for going over that time limit. She looks like she's having a great time. Play into the audience. A lot of times for newer athletes, it takes some time to get used to being able to play to the audience and still keep your focus on what you're doing, so that's great to see.
This would be some of the free skating that we saw at the Winter Olympics, park performance as well as the athletic events entailed.
Yes, definitely. Right here, getting down to the tumbling. 2.5 twists, really solid on these landings, making sure that the twists are fully completed. That's what the judges are looking for.
Are they looking for these dance moves?
There are a lot of dance moves that they're looking for, leaps and jumps and turns, but they're also looking for presentation and artistry, and she's got all of it.
Toi Garcia, one of our younger competitors in the age 14 category. Here's a look back at some of her highlights.
Opening, or actually second tumbling pass, 2.5 twists, very nice.
We're through 2 rounds, 2 rotations, a 9.5 for Toi Garcia. When we come back from Allentown, Shannon Miller takes us up on the beam in her gymnastics essentials.
Welcome back to another edition of Essential Gymnastics. Today's lesson is all about how to stay on the balance beam. A gymnast needs to use the entire length of the balance beam, doing a variety of leaps, jumps, and acrobatic skills with control and confidence. Today I have with me from Ursinus College in Collegeville, Pennsylvania, Emily, Bree, and Jess to demonstrate some of the requirements to watch for on the balance beam. First, we're going to have Emily demonstrate a switch leap. Watch for that 180-degree split. Next, we're going to have her do one of the most common requirements, and that's a full turn. Next, we're going to watch Jess show us a frontward acro skill. This is a front somersault. Next, we're going to watch Bree perform a back acro skill, a back somersault. The balance beam is only 4 inches wide, 16 feet long, and 4 feet off the floor. It's the most feared event in all of gymnastics, but it's also the most exciting and one of the most beautiful events to watch. Now, I've been doing balance beam for about 23 years now, and I've come up with a few things that have always helped me to stay on. The first thing, always try to keep your eyes on the beam as much as possible. You don't want to be looking around the arena watching other people or waving to mom. You want to stay focused on exactly what you're doing every step of the way. The second thing you want to stay focused on is keeping your center of gravity and all of your body parts over the top of the balance beam as much as possible. I always like to think of doing beam in a skinny hallway so that I couldn't have an arm out here or a leg out there that would force me off to one side or the other. I would always stay as much over the beam as possible. Now, the third thing is very important. You want to keep every muscle in your body engaged, from your little toe to your fingertips. You want to make sure that you're tight at all times. That's going to save you just in case you do get crooked and off to one side or the other. The final thing is probably the most important thing to learn, and that's give 100% every single time you're up on the beam. Now, a lot of times when we fall, it's because we're in a competition or we're learning a new skill and we hold back just a little bit because we're a little bit nervous or scared. But if you give 100% and you're confident in every skill that you do every time, you'll stay on the beam a lot more often. Well, that's our lesson for staying on the beam. Now let's get back to the main event.
Just to stay sharp, Shannon carries that beam with her wherever she goes. In fact, she's standing on it right now as we bring you the action here. I'm Lou Tilley along with Shannon from Allentown, PA, as we begin rotation 3 of the Parkette Invitational. But let's take a look at the scoring so far as we're halfway through the competition. The younger age group for the women, Noel Couch, Amy Bersolino, and Shelby Gies, but we're only halfway through, Shannon, as we look at the women in the age 15 through 16. Some of them have not played to their favorite events yet, with Julie Cotter, Darlene Hill, and Lauren Rogers, and still some of them still with their stronger events to come.
Absolutely, and you never want to count anyone out. It's 4 events, they all count, so you hold on to the end and do the best you can.
So we begin the 3rd rotation with our first look at Darlene Hill from the Wilmore School of Gymnastics. And she is currently in 2nd place. This now on the uneven parallel bars.
Nice opening move. That's called a Shpashnikova. Comes right back with an overshoot. But watch those flexed feet. She's got to work on that just a bit. Right here, nice high double front. Pretty short routine actually, but she gets some good difficulty in there.
She's out of New Jersey, finished 4th all around a year ago here at the Parkettes.
Good dismount, small step forward, but overall a solid routine.
Shelby Gies, 9.5, by the way, for Darlene Hill. That is a good score, despite, as you said, kind of an abbreviated routine. Shelby Gies, also from the Wilmore School of Gymnastics in New Jersey. Her turn on the bars.
Shelby was first on this event at last year's Parkette Invitational, looking to defend that title.
She's in 3rd place after 2 rotations here this year in the 14-year-old age group.
So far, a gorgeous routine. Look at her toe point. A little short on that free hip circle. She needed to reach the handstand. Hits the handstand right before a dismount, though. Very nice. High, tuck double back. Good, solid routine.
Shelby Gies.
A little minor mistake on the low bar, but finishes up very strong, and that's what the judges are going to remember.
In 2nd place after 2 rotations on her 3rd event. She scores a 9.4, and that shouldn't hurt her in the overall standings. More to come from rotation 3. Noel Couch now taking her turn on the balance beam.
Nice easy mount. Just get on the beam. Make sure you do your difficulty up on the balance beam.
I was only half kidding about what I said. You looked so comfortable during that long piece talking to the camera on the beam.
Well, it's been about 2 decades that I've spent on the beam, but I still have my nice moments where I fall too. Judges looking for nice fluid movements throughout the beam routine. You really want to create that feeling that you're doing a floor routine. You know, you're just doing it in a straight line. You want to look comfortable up there. Body check right there. And the judges are looking for that full 180-degree split. She didn't quite make it, so that'll be a minor deduction. And what these girls have to learn at this point in their career is the rules get harder as you move up in levels. So as you move up, and of course with the new code, we are looking for those angles. We're looking for that full split, because if you don't reach those, you can actually lose credit for the entire skill. So a fall will no longer be 5/10. It's going to be 8/10. It's going to be a point in deductions. And the new code is really looking for perfection,
which is going to make a perfect score almost impossible to achieve.
Certainly. Good dismount. Little form breaks here and there. She looked a little nervous, but that's going to certainly improve. The more she competes, the more she does these skills. Nice double full. And gets beam over with. She stays on and gets it over with.
Judges subtracted, let's see, a full point. So her score on the beam is 9.0 even, 9.0 in the age group of 14 years old. Still to come, more action from rotation 3 from the Parkette Invitational in Allentown, PA. We'll be right back.